And it's not that it's so hard to stay away from it. It's that your desire is not strong enough. And if we would quit blaming our boyfriend or girlfriend, or quit blaming the people that we hang around, or blaming our parents, then we might have more time to pray and get our desire built up a little bit better. Because when your desire is stronger than your disaster, you will get your deliverance. We're all the time sitting in a problem when 2,000 years ago a man died on the cross and gave us the provision to step out of that problem. And it's something, for some reason, that we all tend to fall into this, situation where we're just, status quo. Yeah, I go to church, but at the same time, I'm not really doing what I need to do. And I would just like to tell everybody that we don't have to be like that. That's not the way that it's supposed to be. Paul, in 2 Corinthians chapter 12, I think it was, maybe 1 Corinthians. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But Paul said, I sought the Lord thrice on this matter. Which means that God didn't come right when Paul thought that he should come. And it says that I will get exalted in myself, Paul exclaimed whenever he's talking about this problem. A lot of times people, and I've been there too, I just talk about myself so that way everybody won't get mad at me. I've laid in my bed at night and I've thought, God, again, I've messed up. Please come and just bring a big mighty wind that you brought back there in the Bible and part the seas or do something, and I'm like, I'm always looking for some kind of big happening, some kind of big sound to come out of heaven and just, kill the devil and not have to worry about it anymore, but it don't always happen that way. God spoke to Paul and said, Paul, my grace is sufficient for you. And then Paul said, I will glory because in my weakness, God shows His strength. God don't expect us to not have weaknesses. But what He does expect us to do is to lean on Him for strength. And I'm going to close there with every head bowed and every eye closed. When I was 16, 17 years old, I'd been going to church my whole life. I was raised by a Church of God pastor. My mom taught Sunday school. And I went to that church my whole life, and everyone thought that I was a Christian. Everybody thought that I was such a good person inside. And one night, I was up there playing music, and my mom was singing a song about God coming by and how we should reach out and touch Him as He comes to us. And the tears began to swell up in my eyes, and I couldn't hold it back. I could not sit there. And in my mind, I thought, I have years and years left of partying. I have all my life ahead of me. I could get saved some other time. I can get saved when I'm older after I've done all my college years and all that's by. But it was just that I felt that maybe I wouldn't get another chance, or maybe that this was my time. Today is the day of salvation. And I got up with these big tears flowing from my eyes. And I walked over to my dad, and he stands in the corner during the service, and I put my arms around him. And I said, Dad, I'm sorry because I told you that I was a Christian. I pretended that I was a Christian. But in fact, I wasn't. And my dad looked at me and said, Son, you shouldn't be sorry to me. You should be sorry to the man who died on the cross. You should be sorry to the man who allowed him to put a crown of thorns on his head, to spit on him, to give him 39 lashes, and to hang him on a cross, and then to spear him in the side. It's not that we should be sorry to anybody else, but the man who paid the price for us. And I'm going to give a chance here for anybody that wants to pray. But what I want to do is, if you've been saved already, I want you to find a place somewhere in the room and stand around in the room somewhere. If you've already saved, just find somewhere to stand. I hope that everybody here tonight that's got that sin that just won't leave them alone, who's got that oppression, who just won't seem to hold back, will find somebody in this crowd to pray with. You don't have to live in anxiety or depression. You don't have to let that sin that's bothering you, you don't have to let it bring you down anymore. God has come by tonight to overcome the devil. God has come by tonight for you, so that way you won't have to worry about it anymore. Everybody, just find somebody and pray together, and let's let God win the battle here tonight.